2020, what a year this has been. With the virus, with COVID, with social unrest, with the fires, all of those have placed tremendous stress on families in our community. The youth and families are suffering in ways that we've never seen before. And so there's a need more than ever for the services that Looking Glass provides. We have, over 250 employees and 10 programs in 7 major locations. All of them have a unique culture, a unique array of services to those clients and customers.
Like everybody, Centerpoint School, both students and staff have had to adapt and be very flexible. I think the biggest change for us and the students is that we had to go to cohort systems. So what that means is that the students have to be in cohorts of no more than 10, and they can't change. So they have to stay within their cohort for the entire day. And right now we're limited to 12 because we have to be physically distanced. So all the desks are 6 feet apart, and it also means a revenue hit. And any supplies they use have to be their supplies. We don't share anything anymore right now. And so lots of changes.
Since all of our schooling is online and them coming in is purely optional and supplemental, it doesn't replace online learning, we've supplied all of our students with the technology that they need. So our students are using Chromebooks supplied by us and hotspots supplied by us, so they have a reliable internet connection. We're still the same program. We still support students, we meet people where they're at, and we're flexible, and we help people reach their goals. And at the end of the day, we're always going to do that, no matter what.
There's lots of different things that the Runaway and Homeless Youth Department, New Roads, and Station 7 have done to adapt. We have a hand washing station outside. We're social distancing. Everyone is required to wear a mask inside and outside. We're doing temperature checks of everyone who comes in, as well as asking some basic screening questions of clients. We are not turning anybody away. Everybody who comes in the door is able to get their basic needs met, get their 3 meals a day if they need, clothing closet, case management, basic needs, etc.
Specifically, we've had to change the number of youth we're actually able to have for overnight services. Normally we house about 12 youth at a time, and that's including 2 staff, but now we only have 8 beds for youth available.
It's been a challenge. Everything moved to telehealth for a while. Now that they've lifted some of the restrictions, like in the county, we can see people in person. But it's been a whole new world to navigate. It can be really hard to read people over telehealth, especially during like an initial assessment when you're trying to do a diagnosis. You can't really read body language. You can't really tell if somebody's triggered by something. I mean, you miss out a lot. We're seeing a lot more anxiety. There's a lot more like suicidal ideation in teens and just a lot of depression. It's really a challenge. And then for littler kids, it's really a challenge to keep them engaged. Trying to play games and being creative with that is really challenging. That's why I myself prefer to see clients in person if I can.
Here at the Regional Crisis Center, we definitely have had some impact because of COVID. They definitely don't have as much outside contact with maybe some of their community support people. So they might not be able to go on home visits with their families. They might not be able to go off-site with their DHS workers like they could have before. Some of our kids are impacted by sensory overload, and so having masks on is definitely an impact for them. Not being able to see our faces and our facial expressions, that can impact some of the kids of like being able to process if we're safe people, and so I think that's been an adjustment for the kids. Overall, I think they've actually done a really amazing job so far. If this placement wasn't available, like where would they be? And so I think a lot of like our community partners as well as our kids are grateful that they have a safe space for these kids to be in such a very difficult time to find placements for kids, as well as being able to keep them all healthy every day.
My biggest concern for clients during the pandemic was losing their connection to family. Not only, the in-person visits was really hard, the lack of home visits was really hard, but also a lot of our families are struggle financially with meeting various different needs, and one of those is internet and Zoom.
What I've seen from the community and what I've seen from our youth and what I've seen from Looking Glass as a whole gives me a lot of hope, and it gives me a lot of faith that even though we don't have answers or a happy ending, we're going to continue moving in the right direction, and we're going to be stronger when it's over.
I can't compliment or thank our staff enough. They, amidst their own concern for how they take care of themselves, are going in and taking care of the people in the community that need them, providing the programs and services like we have before that are now more essential than they ever have been. We literally are saving lives every day with our team. And it's incredible that Looking Glass has not missed a beat. We're continuing to provide all of our vital services at the quality level that we expect. We focus on safety, we focus on health, providing help, hope, and healing to those people in the community that need it. Because of our staff, because of our board of directors, and because of the community support and partnership with the community, I know we'll be here in another 50 years.